This is your official Smoke and Mocha-rama spoiler warning. If you've not seen episode 6 of season 1 of Smoke, starring Taron Egerton, we will be spoiling all 6 episodes. So heads up, it is a new series coming out right now. We will be spoiling it. Otherwise, enjoy this episode.
Jeez. I hate the word.
Hello and
Welcome.
let's dance.
Smoke-a-roka-rama.
Smoke and Mocha-rama.
Hello and welcome to Mish and Zach Mocha-rama, a podcast where for the last week we've watched this TV show called Smoke. We were recently changed our title from Leguizamo-rama to Smoke-a-Mocha-rama because I don't know how long we have to watch this show for. My name is Mish. You might know me from... I paid for Apple TV so that I could watch this TV show called Smoke and then discovered there's a whole bunch of stuff on there I really am excited to watch. So I'm glad I have that streaming service. I'm joined as always by my dear friend Zach Ruane, who you might know from.
Also glad he has Apple TV. Excited to watch season 2 of Succession. Excited to watch some more of that golf one that I got into last week. Stick, if I do get into it.
And Dad's here.
Yes, I have so many questions.
Great.
All right, let's get right into it. I know you're all chomping at the bit to hear more about Smoke. Welcome to week 2 of Smoke and Mocha-rama. This week we watched episode 6 of 15 of Smoke.
He's going to die soon, though, so that's fine.
Just a joke. It's only episode 6 of 10, I believe.
Okay.
I just thought I'd scare you, but you didn't react funny. Anyway, welcome to week 2 of Smoke and Mocha-rama. This week we watched episode 6 of Smoke, lol. In this episode, Legs confronts Greg Kinnear, who is the boss fireman, and says he's confident that the guy from Kingsman is the arsonist. They set up a secret base to catch him while listening to his audiobook. If you remember, his audiobook revealed details and everything. Okay. So just to explain, I did explain it. So just to explain, Kingsman wrote a book where he gives away everything he did, but it's fictionalized. Then after a bit, Greg Kinnear gets over it and says, I'm off, and moves on. But then a bit later, he hears a bit in the book that makes him realize it was Kingsman all along. Meanwhile, Kingsman, who was in the car crash, looks at himself in the mirror where his hair is a bit shorter. And he's going around trying to catch a different arsonist who has a similar MO to him. Then at the end, he stops that arsonist and has a big stiffy in his pants while he does it. Legs again plays the dude who always knew Kingsman did it, but now he's all drunk and high and a bit of an asshole. He is a major character, and I highly doubt he will die until at least the last few episodes.
Great. I've got a lot to say about the stiffy part, by the way. I have a lot to say.
Well,
about
shall
the
we
stiffy
just jump
part.
straight into the stiffy part?
Is it stiffy talk?
I have 2 really pressing questions
please.
first. First of all,
Yeah.
the audience need to know, because if
I
they're
like
like
this.
me,
Oh.
I listened today to last week's episode.
Yeah.
So first of all, Mish, did you work out how to watch the recap?
Yes.
Okay, great.
So I have watched recap now.
Okay, and did you watch episodes 1 to 4?
I did not, but I still would like to because I'm quite into the show.
But you watched the recap.
I watched the recap.
And that helped?
Yes.
Because there was a lot of comedy around the fact that you didn't watch the recap.
Well, I didn't know there was. I think what had happened is with Apple TV, they give you, it's exactly what you said last week. They give you an ad first and it gives you the option to skip the ad. And I skipped it. And I think what happened was I thought a second ad came on and I skipped it.
Do you know what's fun? This week, I accidentally skipped the recap.
recap, right?
Hey.
And I was like, I could have done with the recap.
But I've got a bunch to say about this episode. And I really do want to watch this season of TV.
On bunch, someone's pants were bunching up at the end of this episode. That's right. Taron Egerton from Kingsman. He had a big stiffy through his pants and they showed it.
But it looked like it would have been very painful if you were having a stiffy in pants because they were tight pants. It's not like he was wearing tracky pants or like cargo pants. He was wearing a tight pant and the stiffy came down to halfway down his thigh and was pressed against his his leg.
Certainly it can be quite, and also when you're a teenage boy, I used to get stiffies a lot. You get stiffies a lot when you're younger. One way to hide the stiffy was to sort of like, I don't know if you did this, Tom.
Yeah.
But one way to hide the stiffy was to kind of press it up between your pants and then have your shirt hang over it.
Yeah.
So like if you lifted your shirt, I'd see the head of your dick.
Yeah.
Sure. I was going to say, I feel like I spent... Mish can't get over that.
What do you mean?
That's how you... Did you do that?
Are
Yeah,
you
I've done
telling
that
me
before.
that boys in class are sitting there that if they just went a little,
Yeah.
you would see the head of their dick?
Well, that's one way to hide it because then it kind of like flattens it out a bit. But that's meaning you got your belt pressing on your dick. Yeah.
What's making you get a stiffy in class?
Oh, it's just science.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything. The feeling of your pants rubbing
Does
against
it still
your
happen
dick.
as an adult?
The whole
sometimes?
less so.
I always thought, how could this stop? Like, it's such a natural part of who I am. But yeah, I haven't had a stiffy in years. But I was going to say, I feel...
now it can be a lot. before
I
you get a
guess, like,
stiffy.
yeah, that kind of like just randomly your body gets aroused without your like.
When you're a teenage boy, you get stiff. Yeah, the feeling of the pants, the thought of sex, looking at someone pretty in class. If you're in class and you're behind someone and they're pretty and you've got a stiff.
And what's so scary
That's
about
horrific.
it? What's so scary,
It must be
Mishy?
horrible being a teenage
awful.
boy.
No, but imagine,
horrific.
I'm going to swim day. I hope I don't get a stiffy in my boxes because I'm about to go up. Then getting a stiffy because you thought about how bad it would be to get a stiffy.
Did that happen to you?
Oh, no, not to me personally, but that was a common thing.
Thinking about.
Did you ever like? Okay, genuine question. Was it like? Because I don't know this. I went to all girls school.
Yeah.
Lived with my mum and my sister. I don't know this stuff. So were there times where you were with friends in high school and your mate next to you would just have a stiffy?
Not that they would say it.
So
but
you wouldn't
yes.
say, "Dude, I just got a stiffy."
No particular incidents, but it was always around. I was going to say, between the ages of 14 and 18, I feel like it was in a permanent state of dry humping a girlfriend with my dick awkwardly shoved down my pants and in pain for 3 hours.
You were, but for you,
I got my fair share of dry rubs.
Dry humping and just your dick shoved down your
humping!
pants and
dry
hurting.
humping is so funny to me.
When you think about what a penis is designed to feel, it's designed to be inside a soft, moist place. The idea of it being inside hard pants.
Yeah, it
shoved
sounds
an
awful.
awkward
Against
ankle.
another pair
I'm
of
sorry.
hard
I'm
pants.
sorry that I suggested that you didn't get dry sex.
I
in
think it
high
was
school.
in Josh.
I got some.
Yeah.
I'm sure, certainly not as much as Tom Armstrong.
No one got as much as Tom Armstrong did in high school.
I just had a couple of long-term-ish girlfriends in high school.
But
And we would
definitely,
dry hump ad nauseum.
mate. Through the pants. Fun. You know, I think sometimes we lose. You know, when you get older and you start worrying about taxes and you start going and you
The
go,
weight of the world.
the weight of the world. And you think, man, remember when I used to.
Dry hump.
But yeah, I think that about dry humping sometimes. Well, you know,
Oh my god! I remember dry humping in high school, and like it was that was the most nervous you would be as I'm about to do some dry humping.
hashtag.
God, imagine that! Right now, I'm like, how am I going to
hashtag-
pay rent? And internet bills gone up.
Hashtag bring back the dry hump.
No, so it felt like to me that this particular stiffy, this prosthetic stiffy, looked very fake.
So what I think
And it's
happened,
like, you remember that
yeah,
movie with Bradley
yeah,
Cooper
yeah,
with the fake baby?
Yeah.
And it was just like, well, you've just ruined this scene for me.
So what I think happened is they wrote, you know, I think it was one of those moments that worked in the script of like, he comes in because it's all about, you know, like that arsonist thing of arsonists love
so
to
it's
save
sexual
the day.
fire thing.
You know, like,
Oh.
but they love to save the day. And what happens is he
Sure.
comes in and he saves the day in this big twist.
Very
And then-
dramatic scene.
And then it like zooms up. He's like, are you okay, miss? He's all very dramatic. And then it zooms up on his pants and he's got a stiffy through his pants. And I think in the script, it reads, I really get the tone of that because it's like, he's doing this big heroic moment and then it shows that he's stiff, right? It's quite a confronting kind of visual.
Yeah, it sounds really horrific.
Yeah, but I think as well you can really see that what they like were like, okay, let's get the stiffy, and then they did the stiffy, and then they were like, you know, most stiffies in pants just look like a weird bump in the pants, and
Yeah.
it's a context thing. You don't really, and like the fold of the pant continues on
Yeah.
past the dick and everything. So I reckon they had a lot of back and forth of how to make it look like a dick, and it just there's almost too much dick detail.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
They tipped it. I see why they needed to pull.
Like
it
you could
back to
essentially
dick.
see the veining.
Through the pants.
Yeah.
You most definitely saw the gap between the
The head
shaft
and
and
the
the
sh-
head.
yeah.
And I think it could have. I think they could have. That could have been softened.
It just looked so fat. It was like, that's a prosthetic. And it's like, of course, like, I get that. They're not going to be like, Taron, get a stiff, shove it in your pants, and then we'll film that.
No, if he's a method actor, come on.
Yeah, but this was a prosthetic. And it was just, it took me out of a very dramatic scene that had just happened. It was just like, that is a prosthetic penis. Like,
It was one of those ones where it was like, it was very interesting.
Like-
I could see how it read versus how it played.
I watched a movie just the other day called The Belko Experiment. Have you seen that?
No.
It's about a little horror film. It's not like, the concept is really good, but it's not the best movie in the world. But anyway, it's about an office building that gets shut down and everyone in it is stuck in this office building. And then someone over the intercom goes, you have 30 minutes to kill 4 people in this building. If you do not, we kill 8 of you. And
so
then it's like,
it's Battle Royale.
yeah, it is, yeah. And there's someone who has scarring on their face. Is this the Belko Experiment or a completely different movie? No, it is. It's the Belko Experiment. Good. This guy has scarring on his face and he's lying on the ground and he's like being like, life is a gift or some shit. And you can see where it's puckered.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see his face underneath the scarring and the prosthetic. And it's just like, well, I'm out of it now. Like,
Man, makeup is wild.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've had makeup and I've felt it going, and then you're just like that versus I was talking to a makeup artist recently, and they were saying, because I was talking about like, oh, how do you feel about like CG replacing makeup? She was like, it's one of those things where like CG and makeup in tandem is the best thing. She's like, actually, CG is the best thing for makeup artists because shit like that is really hard. So she's like, if I can do the bulk of the work with makeup, but then like around the eyes or just little details you can like zhuzh up with CG, she's like, that's the ideal.
Isn't it the
well,
same
they needed
with,
a better
like-
dick person.
Yeah. Isn't it the same with like explosions and stuff? You do it practical, but you enhance it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always the best way
Yeah,
to do
you
it.
got to shoot it for real, but then
But a lot of the problem with like Marvel movies, the reason why CG is so bad now, in like people often say, why is it worse now than it was 20 years ago? Is because almost like 20 years ago it was worse, so they had to pull out more tricks to make it work. Whereas now with like a Marvel movie, any producer up the line will go, oh, I thought that was a bit too dark or that was a little bit too... Anything can be CG. They'll be like, oh, can we maybe change that? Can we do that a little bit differently? And then this whole process, the whole way it was shot, they'll throw out all of that and then they'll just literally add a piece of CG that has nothing to do with what was planned. And yeah, it's a very like... That's part of the problem. That's why it's so not good.
Let's go a little break. And then when we get back from the break, can we talk about Greg Kinnear?
Yes, we can.
Welcome back. Greg Kinnear is in this film, and I didn't recognize him for about 10 minutes. But it was
Really?
one of those. Where do I know that guy from?
Really?
Yeah,
I was like... and I'm
Greg
not saying-
Kinnear.
Yeah, I truly was like, Greg Kinnear.
because then also, did you see who else was in this movie?
Show.
My Girl.
Yeah.
My Girl is in this film. Anna Chlumstley.
She did an interview recently, I think to promote Smoke, and said she said no to a My Girl 3.
Well, that's fair.
Well, 100%. Who's pitching her a My Girl 3 now?
Yeah, that's wild. What's
Mish-
her story?
It's her. It'd be about her girl.
Yeah,
Have you seen they're doing the new Freaky Friday?
yeah.
But have you seen the trailer for it?
No.
They fucking nailed it. They figured
Well,
it out.
I think that it looks like, it sounds like it would be fun. They're also doing a lot of marketing for it at the moment.
But do you know
as
what
well.
the plot is? Do you know
Lindsay
how the-
Lohan's got a kid.
Yeah. Do you know what the swap is?
No, tell me.
So I was like, how are they going to do... Because the whole point of Freaky Friday... And I was like, also, just remake it again. Like, why are you doing this legacy sequel? You just should remake... Like, every 30 years, you remake Freaky Friday for a new generation. But anyway... and I was like, how are they going to do it? Because the whole idea was it's about a middle-aged woman and her teenage daughter, and that's the biggest gap between two people. You're a woman. The biggest gap between a woman and a girl is teenage and middle-aged. Like, that's a huge gap, right? And it's about that challenge, right? And then it's like, well, now it's like about a 36-year-old woman and a 60-year-old woman. I feel like that swap would just be like, oh, I'm more tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My back hurts more.
It's nice to own a property.
I can go out, but I don't have to.
but I have most of the same worries as this other person.
Yeah.
So I was like, how are they going to do this? And the way they did it is Lindsay Lohan has a daughter, and her daughter and then she's dating a guy, and he has a daughter, or they're friends or whatever. So so what it is it's the Freaky Friday is Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis swap with these two teenage girls. So it's both Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis
both teenage girls.
as a pair going about as two teenage
Oh,
girls.
that's great.
That sounds fun.
And it was just like, as soon as I've never, usually those things you're like, oh, I saw it. I'm like, oh, they fucking figured it out.
Oh, that's so. I'll go. Do you want to go see that?
Yeah, I'll go watch that.
Can
Isn't
you
that
get
clever?
tickets?
I don't know. I don't think I'm getting invited to that one. I don't think that's the.
We'll just go.
But if you're listening, Disney.
Oh, can you imagine if we got a Disney sponsor? That'd be huge.
I've gone to a couple of Disney premieres.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I went to Bob's Burgers.
Oh, a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I forgot
Greg
what I was gonna
Kinnear.
say.
I was
Greg
like,
Kinnear.
that's Greg Kinnear.
How good's Greg Kinnear?
He's good.
Like such an enjoyable watch. Like
yeah, everyone's really good in this.
Greg Kinnear in As Good as It Gets is so funny and tragic.
Yeah.
Do you remember that character?
Yeah.
Do you remember As Good as It Gets? I could rewatch that.
I don't know if I've seen As Good as It Gets, actually.
Jack Nicholson,
Yeah,
Helen
actually,
Hunt.
I'm saying it. I don't think I've seen it. If I have again,
I need to
it's a long,
rewatch it,
long
but
time.
I don't think I've seen it in God knows how long. But Greg Kinnear's character in that is so good and
Greg
so
Kinnear has
wonderful.
really got a great energy.
Such a good energy.
And he's good in this. It's good casting.
And do we know who, Journey Smollett is in this?
Mm.
And she plays the one the detective who's hanging out with John Leguizamo a lot.
yeah.
Journey Smollett is Jussie Smollett's sister.
And Jussie Smollett is the guy that had that whole thing happen.
Yeah, that like he's in jail or whatever.
Yeah. That's crazy.
that's
I was
just a
like,
fun
Smollett.
fact.
I was confused by the Smollett of it all. And I was like, oh, they're related.
Yeah, they're related.
So my question to Mish is, what was with that scene where he looked at himself in the mirror and he was just slightly different?
I don't know.
Was he meant to be ugly?
I thought it was a completely different person altogether, but I think that was like the arsonist within.
Ah, I thought it was like,
But I don't know because I haven't watched the season.
I was really intrigued by it. I was like,
And then he imagined the nurse coming in and being like, "You're free to go" or whatever. And then it was just like he imagined it, and then she came in and goes, "You can get out of here now." That was weird.
I was like, I wonder if what they were trying to say, because he was slightly uglier, I think, in the mirror.
Yes, absolutely.
Like
yes.
balder, maybe.
Bit chub.
Bit chubbier, had a grosser beard, but not like quite ugly enough for it to sell what I think they were going for. But I think what they were going for was, and I might be wrong, and this would be interesting, is that what he saw in the mirror is how he actually looks, and what we're watching is how he
Zach.
imagines himself.
Oh, that's good.
And I remember last week I was saying,
Too beautiful.
too
Yeah.
beautiful.
It would make sense with the casting of a beautiful person.
The idea of, he imagines himself to be this sexy, beautiful guy. Now, maybe that's it. I wish he'd been uglier in the mirror if that's the case. But actually, that's kind of interesting. He just imagines himself a little bit more put together, a little bit more. So I was like, that's interesting. I'm intrigued by that.
Yeah.
But also, there was a little bit of... like, they keep introducing plot. I'm like, can we do it in 4 episodes?
Yeah. I know. I feel the same way. I am really, I'm just very busy at the moment, but I really, really do want to go back and watch the whole thing because it's a fun show to watch. It's pretty fucking dark. Like, it's very dramatic. It's like a very dramatic show. There's not a hell of a lot of lightness, but fuck, man, John Leguizamo is so good.
Yeah, he's good.
And he brings like a real kind of like, not lightness, but humor to the kind of tragedy, which is nice. And
Legs has a really good quality of what I admire in great actors, which is like, and that a lot of them have it, right? Which is like good actors, no matter the level of the dialogue, like no matter how well written the dialogue is, not to say the dialogue in this is badly written, it's a very well written show. But no matter how well written the dialogue is, good actors sell it to the best of their ability. You know what I mean? They go, all right, this dialogue might not be at 100, but I'm going to just do my best with it. I always struggle if I don't like the dialogue. I struggle to believe it. You can see me editing in my brain, right? Good actors do. Great actors, and I put John Leguizamo in this category, make dialogue that's a little bit wobbly sound great.
Yeah.
And there's moments in this where I go, oh, that was a bit wobbly, that piece of dialogue, because it's TV versus movies
Of
where
course,
it's less
yes.
refined
Yes.
and stuff. I was like, oh, that dialogue was a bit wobbly, but then I see him have an equally kind of wobbly piece of dialogue, but he just sells it. He
Yeah.
gives it a little bit of
I always
zhuzh.
do you remember our Dougie Baldwin episode that we did a few years ago? And Dougie said this, and it was like one of those like, oh, moments of like, oh my God. I think what John Leguizamo does so well is he really captures the energy and vibe of an ensemble.
Was that Dougie that said that?
It was Dougie.
I was trying to remember who said that. I thought it was Alexi. It's Dougie.
No, Dougie was like, he really captures the vibe of an ensemble
He's a
and
great
goes,
team
that's the
player.
energy of this. I'm coming in with that energy too, and just really like plays with that energy within, like he's not in his own movie. He kind of properly assesses.
He is a great lead. I said this last week, but it's true of the ensemble thing. He is a great lead actor and underappreciated in that. He's also very good in the John Leguizamo, where you kind of come in, do your thing. But I do think he is, I love him the most
Yeah.
when he's third bill.
Yeah, 100%. I do love her with John Leguizamo.
I love
I
that
do love
because
that.
he's earned that.
Yes, that's why I love
it.
that.
But where I'm coming from is like,
He's at his best. Third build.
what he just
It's the Lincoln Lawyer experience.
It's not that he's great anywhere you put. This is here. I'm going to elaborate. He is great anywhere you put him. He should be the lead more. He deserves to be John Leguizamo. So he's great anywhere. There is no drop in quality wherever he is on the billing, but he is the best at third build.
Yeah.
There are a lot of great lead actors. You put them where John is, that he will be as good as them in the lead, but they would not be as good as him in the third build.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. High five.
Anyway, I'm gonna shove my hard dick between my jeans so no one can see it, and give this. Is it too early to give it a star?
No. Let's
you
go with
could
them
do final
Starsies.
thoughts as well. Or?
Nah. I got no final thoughts.
I'm going to try and watch the first 4 episodes.
I really want to too. I wasn't sure if you guys were going to do Smoke again this week.
Yeah, we did smoke.
We're doing
Yeah.
Smoke. We're doing
So
Smoke
I
until
would've-
John.
I would've watched it.
My final thought is I still predict that John is going to die. I said it was going to be last week. I said in the next 2 episodes. I don't know if it'll be the next episode, but I do predict. Mark my words, as the episodes have not come out yet.
We got 7, 8, and 9 to go.
7, 8, and 9, and 10 to go.
7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
That he will die. I'm not. Maybe not next week, but I do believe he will.
Do you want to know my gradient? I would say with near high confidence he won't die next episode.
Yep.
He might die the episode after that. I think he is most likely to die in the second last episode if he's going to die.
There's something about 8 that's saying to me that he's going to die in episode 8.
Yeah, I think 8 or 9 are my
Yeah.
too high. I think 9 is
I agree
my
with you.
highest. 8 is my second
I agree
highest.
with you. Up top. Up top.
Yeah. High fiving.
Mish, it's always a pleasure doing this wonderful podcast with
No,
you.
based on what we said, is it a leg was a more please or a leg was a no-no?
Yeah, I
for
really
Tom?
want to watch this one. I don't know why.
Yeah, get into it. Is it because of the Stiffy chat?
Yeah.
No, I think it's because I like Taron Egerton, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
Boys,
And it sounds-
boys like
sounds-
Taron Egerton. That is a fact. Because that is true. Women like Taron Egerton, right? But men really like Taron. The men I've spoken to about Taron Egerton in my life is not just you two. There are other men in my life that I've spoken about
What have I
Taron.
said about Taron
Last week
Egerton?
you both said he's beautiful.
No. I said he's too beautiful.
Yeah, I
beautiful.
think I'm the one. I think because I love the Kingsman.
Yeah.
I think it is, right, that I hate a lot of British stereotypes, but the character he plays
He's
is a
very
British
good in the
stereotype I
Kingsman.
like.
He's very good in the Kingsman.
Like, he's a little rough around the edges, can talk smack, but he's also
Oh, you've got to
a
watch
gentleman.
Sinners. He's going to fucking love the dude in Sinners.
Which one? The
The little British guy from Skins.
yeah.
Oh, I love Skins.
But I think. Do you know what I think? I think
music.
Taron Egerton. If you were to make a list of boys that straight boys love,
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds,
Taron Egerton. Yeah.
Without a doubt. No, because women are like, yeah, Taron Egerton's hot. Like, yeah, okay, get it. But men are just like, no, Taron Egerton is so cool and hot. And it's like, okay, well then go and fuck Taron.
You know what it is?
Actually, I prefer men in a wind cheater in a single.
You know what it is, Mishy? I've just realised. I never got Bond until I saw The Kingsman, and then I got Bond. Because it's like, why would you sleep with Pierce Brosnan? I don't get it. Then you see Taron Egerton, and you're like, oh, I can see how you could be a cool, that all the women want to sleep with you sort of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
that's so funny because
Yeah.
it's because
Like, he should
women
be-
would sooner, like age adjusted, women would much sooner sleep with Pierce Brosnan than Taron Egerton. Girls would sleep with Taron Egerton.
I mean,
You don't
I would sleep with Taron Egerton.
I
I
would
just think
sleep with
Taron Egerton should be Bond, I think.
If there's anything about, we're quite similar. We both fuck Taron
But
Egerton.
all fuck Taron Egerton. No one here is saying no to Taron Egerton.
No, but I will say this. I never got the Pierce Brosnan thing until I saw a picture of him with his wife. And then I was just like, turns out Pierce Brosnan would probably fuck me. And then all of a
I have
sudden
no
I was
idea.
on board. He's got a thick wife and she's fucking hot. But I was just like, oh, I could probably fuck Pierce. It's such a stretch. But it gave me some sort of solace when I was single in my 20s. It was like, well, maybe Pierce Brosnan would want me.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
That's enough of that. Hey, let's get out of here.
Did you do your stars? You didn't do your
Oh,
stars?
yeah. This one gets...
4.
Oh, we've dropped half, have we?
Have we?
Yeah.
I think it was 4.5 so
I gave-
like,
I gave it 4.
maybe.
I'm going with 4.
Yeah.
okay.
We haven't agreed on one for a while, so that's nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
We
Up top.
agree.
Oh, Zach did a run of just giving 5 to everything because he hated them.
What? I will not have you cast aspersions on my star rating. I always approach this with integrity and valor. How dare you?
I know Mish does.
Mish does always, yeah. Mish is
Always.
very
I think
serious.
about it.
Mish is very serious. I imagine you went home and was like, why did you give her 5-star, Mose? That's
No, I
silly."
went.
gave-
Zach's going through a lot. I'll give him I'm going to give him a friendship call in a couple of hours.
Because I think you gave Hoodlum Havoc 5 stars.
I love Hoodlum Havoc. Which one was Hoodlum Havoc? Which one was Hoodlum
The
Havoc?
game.
The game.
Remember you found
You gave
out?
Luger Heights 5 stars.
That was the run where
Do you remember Luger Heights?
That was the other adult animation.
Fairfax?
I remember Fairfax.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there you gave it.
It was an adult animation that we had to watch.
What happened to that?
I'll tell you, it was set at a high school.
Remember the principal
The
was
principal was hiding in the walls. It was funny.
But wasn't that Fairfax?
Oh, wait, no, the principal in the wall was Fairfax. To be honest with you, there was a run there. It was some fucking shockers. Thanks so much for listening to Mish and Zach's Leguizamo-rama. Go check us out on YouTube and subscribe and all of that good stuff. We will see you next week at the Mish and Zach Podcast. Up top, Zach. Up top, Tom. And we will see you next week. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.
The Mish and Zach podcast is recorded on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We believe that our collective culture will never reach its full potential until we embrace the history and the truth of the oldest cultures of this land.